Call the Transportation Committee meeting to order Tuesday, April 13, 2010. All present except Councilman Randy Kluwat. Councilman Lord, would you lead us in the invocation, please, followed by the pledge?
Dear Lord, as we meet tonight, we ask a special blessing on Councilman Bell's father that he continues to recover. We also want to ask that we remember all those on the roadways, that you keep them safe, and ask you to help us to remember that it is our duty to serve you daily in any way we can. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Anyone wishing to speak on any agenda topic, please sign in with Ms. Liz. Before we go to number 3, just want to let the residents of Ticket to Pluses know that we will put the speed cushions on the agenda for the May transportation meeting. We will take that up next month. We'll go into number 3, the road department report. Ms. Jackie?
Before you use the monthly report for the month of March, in total, DPW completed 236 work orders, cut 76 miles of road, sprayed 23 miles, and cleaned 6 miles of ditches. And we'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Ms. Jackie on the for March? Mr. Lambert?
Ms. Jackie, as far as work orders, how far are we backlogged? I know we're getting a little bit behind on some of the road ditches. Some work orders as far back as a year or 2 years back.
If it's a specific work order, I can look it up.
Okay.
I don't know off the top
Ronnie
of my
might
head.
be able to answer. We're behind 150. That'll kind of help me get, okay. That'll give me a little. I know the state is further than that, you know, but thank you.
Councilman Joseph?
That's parish-wide, Ronnie?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
We'll put much on the other side. That's on the east side.
Just the east side.
That's just the east side.
Okay,
We don't have we'll put
okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any further discussion on that? Now we're moving to number 4, road project status update. Jackie?
The first project to talk about is the West Worthy Road widening. The clearing and grubbing is complete. The utility relocations are planned to begin next month in May. And construction plans are ready for advertisement, which I'm excited is on the agenda tonight to request those plans be advertised. What this gives us is we're looking at a groundbreaking sometime in late July, early August on this project. Roddy Road widening from 621 to 931, right-of-way really picked up pace in the last month, and we've now acquired 82%. We actually had 5 original parcels to expropriate, and now we're down to 3. So we have 3 parcels to expropriate, and then we'll move forward with clearing and grubbing on that job. The 2 overlay maintenance projects, both are on the agenda tonight to award those contracts, which we hope to begin those in early part of the summer once they're awarded by council. The 2004 intersection improvement program, Roddy Road at Airline, construction is ongoing and ahead of schedule. The weather's been really cooperative. We're actually looking to have that road have a ribbon cutting at the end of the month and have it open come May. So that's the plan for now, and it's on schedule, and we'll keep you posted as to when that ribbon cutting gets scheduled. But for now, we're looking at April 30th. Airline at 621 and 929, another good update. All 4 parcels in right-of-way acquisition were agreed and negotiated, and we're going to act a sale on those. So we're going to move into bidding those plans in the near future. That right-of-way is coming to an end. For 932 and 933, we are still in right-of-way acquisition. Both land parcels gave us counter offers. We're updating an appraisal for one of them, and the second one we're in consideration, just the legal process of negotiating. So we're working with both of them. For Cannon Road, drainage design is underway. Clint in our office is working on those plans as we speak. Parker at 929 Roundabout, we're going to talk about later on in detail in the agenda. And then at the bottom, we have our state projects, which at this point, everything is the same except LA 73 mill and overlay from Bayou Manchac to Airline. They did accept that low bid in March. So we should see some construction starting in the near future on that job. And I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Any questions, Ms. Jackie? On the state project, Jackie, that was the roundabout at Highway 431 and 42. Is there any, I see the design is by June, right?
Last I talked to DOTD, they were in the survey phase, and they plan to start design in June. So they're currently working on survey.
Okay.
If I get I will ask for another update, so next month I can have some more recent info, but the last update was June to start design.
Okay. Mr. President?
We also, if you read the paper, got another $2.5 million put in capital outlay for turn lanes in Ascension Parish. So hopefully that can get us going. And just a brief update on the status of the loop. I went to a meeting with the Capital Region delegation last week and discussed the project with them. And basically, from all indications, the southern part of the loop is dead. They're going to specifically look at a 27-mile stretch between the old Mississippi River Bridge and Walker as to be a northern loop. So if any of your constituents or anyone call you, you can certainly tell them that the southern loop is now dead, and we're going to progress with the West Bank Expressway as far as pushing it in the legislature, and also look at a possible toll road between Highway 44 and Walker South. So those are two things that we're going to work with the delegation this year. So.
Any questions for Jackie? Thank you for that, President. We'll move into number 5, resolution to purchase property from 3C Real Estate. Ms. Jackie?
We have before you the act of sale documents for the 3C Real Estate LLC in the amount of $67,057. This parcel is the next parcel north from our Roddy Road turn lane where the trailer park's located. Just so you understand the breakdown, in that cost, $35,000 is the treatment plant in those fees. So I know, the lump sum looks large, and I just wanted to explain that $35,000 of that is the treatment plant that we had to buy in order to widen that road when we get to that part.
Councilman Lambert?
Yeah, Ms. Jackie, and I talked to Ronnie on this, just want to make sure it's clear. We're going to purchase this right away, and it's right where the trailer park is. And I think the right of way is going to butt right close to the edge of the trailers. So I think the cars that park on that end have to go in between the trailers. So are we going to put no parking signs where we can, because they can't park in the right of way for our safety issues until we widen the road. We may not widen the road right away, from what I can understand, but we still want the cars off our, So that will be addressed with this purchase, correct? And the owner of this park is realizing that, correct?
We have had a meeting, a face-to-face meeting with this owner, this trailer park owner, and explained that to him. I do understand your comments, the interim procedure when we buy it before we build it. This obviously isn't approved yet, not signed, so we can work with legal on adding that
Right.
to this.
I definitely
Because I
want
don't
that.
think it's a language that's in here right now, but I do agree. We don't want them parking in the interim, so we'll work on that.
Great. I do want to add that too.
Okay. Councilman Joseph?
Yeah, Ms. Jackie, how far are those end of those trailers going to be from the edge of the street? How far is that going to be?
I don't know if there's a distance on that map, but the actual
Need a
right of
magnifying
way,
glass. Okay?
the actual right of way is obviously right before the trailers. So although the road's not right on it, the right of way is. What happens with a lot of these road widening jobs, the road's 18 feet. To get to 22 feet, if there's a foot or two either side, or 2.5 or 3 feet, the road really doesn't widen a ton to get this safe standard width. So it is kind of deceiving, like the road's going to be right up on the trailer, but there is a buffer zone in there. If that explains it.
Okay, I pass on that street a whole lot, just about every day. And I'm just, making sure that the parish is one car that's mighty close. I mean, right now that's pretty close to them. So, an accident happened and we won't be the one being sued, huh?
I would think not, but I understand the concern.
It's one of the reasons we have to make sure that they're not parked in our right of way. That's one of the reasons why we want to put that stipulation in this resolution. Yeah, I'll make that as a motion, as long as we have the wording in there from legal.
Motion by Councilman Todd Lambert
Second.
to include it. Second by Councilman Joseph. Any other discussion on it? Not, motion passed. Number 6, resolution to accept low bid. Ms. Jackie?
DPW is asking you to accept the low bid in the amount of $3,589,210.75, awarding this project to Coastal Bridge LLC for the 2010 AO81-01 road project. This is our large asphalt overlay job for 2010. It's 38 roads across the parish, and this was the low bid. The bids have been checked, and we concur with this bid, and we're asking for your approval.
Motion.
Motion by
Second.
Councilman Chris Lord. Second by Councilman Oliver Joseph. Any discussion? None, motion passed. Number 7, a resolution to accept low bid. Ms. Jackie?
DPW is asking your approval of $1,141,428.08, awarding bid to RJ Daigle & Sons Contractors for the 2010 SC8102 project. These bids also came in under budget. We checked and concur with this. We're asking for your approval. This project is our soil cement and asphalt project, which has a lot of those gravel road rehab projects in it. We're asking your approval for that.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Moved by Councilman Todd Lambert.
Second.
Second by Councilman Lohr. Discussion? None, motion passed. Number 8, substantial completion.
Number 8 is a substantial completion for West Worthy Road clearing and grubbing project. As I stated earlier, this project is complete. We did a final punch list, had minor items which have been taken care of, so we are asking your approval of this substantial completion.
Motion. To
Moved by
accept.
Councilman Oliver Joseph.
I second.
Second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Discussion? None, motion passed. Number 9, change order.
Change order number 1 for West Worthy Road clearing and grubbing is in the amount of negative $2,012.50. We're asking your approval of this. This is the final closeout of that project you
Motion.
just
Motion
accepted.
by Councilman Oliver Joseph.
Second.
Second by Councilman Lohr. Discussion? None, motion passed. Number 10, approval of plan.
We are asking for your approval to bid the West Worthy road widening project, the next phase of the project. Those plans are ready to be advertised.
Motion by Councilman
Second.
Lohr. Second by Councilman Oliver Joseph. Discussion? None, motion passed. All right, number 11, discussion of pipeline.
Before you, I have a little quick financial summary for the Parker Road at 929 roundabout. This was kind of my pet project that I really, really, really wanted to happen. In starting the project, Buckhart Horn did a great job of getting a feasibility study together. In that feasibility study, they investigated the utility relocations, right-of-way, budgets, cost estimates, everything. We've met with Shell and Marathon, who are actually have 3 pipelines running through the middle of this intersection. And in those meetings, the best we could get from them is it's probably $1.5 million to either relocate or encase the lines. With that being said, we obviously don't have the money for the project, but it's not my call to kill the project. I wanted you all to know why financially the project does not seem feasible. Buckhart Horn concurs that it's not feasible at this time.
Discussion.
I mean, I know this was one of our pet projects that we wanted to do, but why we selected, I mean, I know I've been sitting here, but why no one never said that them pipelines was there before? And based on the estimated cost of relocating a lot of stuff the way we have our rules are done, we should have said, guys, before you recommend this spot, this here going to be an extra cost to the project.
Let me say I recommended this spot because this grant was a safety grant. I had to find a parish road and a parish road that had a high crash rating. At the time, this was the worst intersection in the parish. We knew the pipeline was there. However, originally it was centered on the intersection, which requires us to buy land, probably really expensive land, on a developed corner. So if I shift the roundabout one way, I'm in a very nice home's backyard. I shifted it to the school-owned site, which made more sense, and I ended up on a pipeline. We tried to work around those, but that's how the project came to be. It was the most unsafe at the time, and it met the criteria for the grant. So I tried.
Okay.
Councilman Lowell?
That's what I was going to ask Jackie. Is I remember you shifting it. There's no more shifting to be done, though. We've exhausted all options here. Or what?
Well, if this is the where I mean, you guys can guide us. If we want to shift it back, encumber another piece of property, we can go that route and know that we're going to get into appraisals and right-of-way acquisition that is going to exceed what we budgeted in the right-of-way budget. It wouldn't nearly be $1 million, but any which way I go, I'm going to be over the original budget.
Sure.
And I don't mind investigating more. I just didn't want to keep sinking money into the project without informing everyone of the status. But, you know, if I can keep doing work on it, I just wanted to.
Well, if we're going to run into the pipeline issue, that's just completely insurmountable. But is there a way to preliminarily shift it another way, just to see if you'll run into the pipeline issue, and then calculate the right-of-way cost and see if we're talking a couple $100,000 or the $1.7 million?
Well, I can tell you, whether we shift it or not, we will have a $200,000 cost from Shell, because there's 2 vents that they have to remove in case, even if we shift it a little, we can't avoid them. So we know right off the top there's a guaranteed $200,000 from Shell's pipeline. Just so you know that, but I can go further into and report next month, and we can decide next month. I'm fine with that.
Councilman Todd Lambert?
Yeah, and Jackie, grant money wise, we had how much for it?
We had $500,000,
Okay.
and that was for construction, engineering, surveying, right-of-way acquisition, and utility relocation. It was on us.
And before this come about, we was already over.
Right, we already had
197,000
obligated.
already. So
Right.
I don't know if we had that money in the budget. I know
We had
cutting it close.
budgeted this year for design, survey, those preliminary tasks to work on this year.
Yeah.
I just didn't
But
want.
I think that's max, that we could go. So, I don't think it's feasible yet to move forward with this project until we could maybe, don't put it out, maybe down the road, there might be something, more grant money or something to that effect, but that's kind of tough situation.
I'd just like to, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Councilman.
I'd like to ask if we couldn't just have Jackie just do a little cursory review and report back to us on if there are any other options and what those would be cost-wise. Just a final number so we can make our real decision.
Councilman Jordan.
We can't move it to the next worst spot in the town.
Let me tell you how the size comes about. There's a minimum radius for the roundabout, so you're stuck with this minimum circle, and then we're doing this around the intersection. I had it dead in the middle when we started and got the grant, and we just play this game. The problem is the pipelines go on a diagonal. So they don't run along Parker or 929, they run across, if that makes any sense. So
We good, Jackie, we good.
I'm so sorry. But I will do some additional work, and we'll talk about it in May.
No problem. With that being said, we'll move on to number 12, approval of change order. Jackie?
This change order is for our Roddy Road turn lane in the amount of $30,341.91. What this is a result of, through getting our Roddy Road turn lane started, DOTD was still working with us on the permit. As a part of the permit, they asked us to remove one of the Prepara lumber driveways and give them a different driveway due to its unsafe proximity to airline. So in the process, we ended up having to add work to the job because DOTD told us that was a requirement for our permit. So we are asking for your approval on this change order for this job. We do have money in our budget to cover it.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Jordan. Second by Councilman Todd Lambert. Discussion? None, motion passed. All right, number 13, roads to be accepted into the parish maintenance system. Jackie?
Before you is Western Court Drive and East Court Drive. During the one-year inspection, there was a punch list created for this project. Those items have not been completed, and at this time, we would like approval to pull the bond for the maintenance bond for the subdivision. If they come through in the next 30 days and next month they have completed their items, we'll bring it back next month, but at this point, we were requesting to pull the maintenance
I'll
bond.
make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Councilman Todd Lambert,
Second.
second by Councilman Oliver Joseph. Discussion? None, motion passed.
Motion adjourned,
14.
Mr. Chairman.
Motion by Councilman Todd Lambert to adjourn.
Second.
Second by Mr. Lowell. To adjourn.